So let's get into the full narrated chapter of One Piece 1153. Ready? Let's go right after the intro. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm here with the full narrated chapter of One Piece, but before that, please hit your like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any new videos. And without further ado, let's dive in. The chapter's title is The Birth of Loki. On the cover story, we see Yamato reuniting with Kikunojo, who is now part of Ringo's Mo and the Yakuza boss Ocho. Yes, Boss Ocho. That's the cover tale. Now, onto the chapter itself. The chapter continues in King Harold's flashback. The narrator explains that alongside Dory and Brogy, Prince Harold of Elbaf had a rather tumultuous adolescence. Inheriting the blood of the ancient giants, he possessed immense stature, monstrous strength, and a position of high prestige. Page 2, The New World, Kingdom of Banto. We see a circus. The barker proclaims, "Come one, come all to see her. She is 10 meters tall. When she walks, the earth trembles. When she roars, thunder echoes. And behold, she comes from Elbaf, land of the rare giants, presenting Ida." Ida emits a terrifying roar. Humans flee in panic while Harold watches through his binoculars. He asks, how dare they turn a giant into a sideshow? Then he levels the human town in fury. Page 3, a ship from Elbaf appears. Harold laughs, "Bah! How dare they mock Elbaf? This will teach those vermin a lesson." Ida, the rescued giantess, asks, "And who are you?" Harold replies, "You need not thank me. I am the king of Elbaf, and I will not stand by while my homeland is ridiculed." Ida slaps him hard. The giant guards gasp, "What, your majesty?" Harold is left bewildered. Page 4. Ida demands, "Turn the ship around. I must apologize to them. Many were injured by this." Harold snarls, "Have you lost your mind, woman? You side with those humans? They're tiny little dolls?" Furious, Ida snaps, "I'll beat you senseless, that's what!" and strikes him again, in a manner reminiscent of Nami hitting Luffy. As the giants worry over their fallen king, Ida continues, "They were kind to me, gave me work when I washed ashore near death. They saved me and fed me until my wounds healed. So you call them dolls just because you were born bigger, just because you're stronger? Now you think you're superior to humans. That's arrogance, it's shameful, and that's why all giants are hated, mistaken for the savages of Elbaf." Harold mutters, "Just because I was born bigger." Page 5. Ida is taken back to the town and helps the humans rebuild while Harold watches in anger. The giants murmur, "We should help King Harold." He snarls, "What are you saying? Don't just stand there. Go help them." They reply, "Very well, your majesty." The giants are seen working happily alongside humans. Some marvel that the humans' building techniques are completely different. Others praise the food, saying they'll want seconds. Ida urges Harold to join the celebration, and though stubborn at first, he finally relents. He apologizes to a human chief, admitting, "You humans are so meticulous, so skilled." Page 7. Harold and Ida converse. Ida shares, "I was born on Samuwanai Island in the Salt Blue. Many things happened and I ended up at sea." Translator's note, the island's name in katakana literally means island without cold. As they watch villagers, they talk on. Harold asks, "Did you cross the serpent's blood?" Ida replies, "You mean the red line? Something like that. So I can't return home." Harold suggests, "You should come to Elbaf. We're not as savage as you might think." Ida smiles. "Maybe I misunderstood." The scene shifts to Elbaf. 105 years ago in Elbaf, a transformed Harold declares, "I want to atone for my sins. I want to do what's right." Onlookers whisper, "What happened to you, your majesty?" Page 8, King Harold addresses his people. "If we learn from the world, this land can become far, far more prosperous." Murmurs spread. "Have you heard? Dory and Brogy are wreaking the greatest havoc in the world." Jaru and Joru speak with Harold and Ida. Joru asks, "What transformation is this, Harold?" Jaru adds, "Every meeting is a new journey, right?" Page 9. Harold, enthusiastic, outlines his ideas. For instance, if we sent diplomats to one another's lands, if we lived among each other, we could have deeper exchanges. As he writes, he discusses and notes Ida's suggestions. A giant asks, "So the idea is to exchange hostages between countries?" Harold corrects, No. You're taking it too far. Your phrasing is dreadful. People need to communicate, otherwise nations can never coexist in peace." Time passes. Now, 81 years ago, in the fishing village east of Elbaf, giants announce, "You two have had a son. Congratulations, Ida and Harold." Harold responds, "Ah, thank you very much. I am indeed with Ida." Elders grumble, "We will never accept this marriage. The royal family only accepts pure-blooded heirs." Harold apologizes to Ida and moves her to another village. "I'm sorry, Ida. This is so painful, isn't it?" Ida replies, "It's your culture too, yes? Challenges must be met with empathy to prevent future rebellions. It's all right." A villager welcomes her. "Our village welcomes you, Ida." Ida asks, "If I can live in the same country as your father, he'll be happy, right?" She cradles a baby. Next, we see Harold's chosen bride introduce herself. "I was born in the northern lands, the village of Psyche. I am Estrida, master of the Windlands, bearer of pure blood and ancestral lineage, a woman worthy to be queen." Caption: Elbaf, Psyche village, daughter of a fluent-speaking Estrida. She embraces Harold. "I cannot help but love you as long as I live. Please forget the Eastern woman and the child." Harold says, "No, that's not it." Estrida continues, "You must not turn your soul toward the East, your majesty. The king plans to flee. Close the windows at once." Harold, puzzled, asks, "What are you saying, woman?" Estrida snaps back, "That five-star woman. An assassin. Dispose of her immediately." Page 11. We see some subjects arriving with a horse. Estrida declares, "This is the lucky horse Ashua, a noble steed befitting King Harold's status. It is a gift from my lineage and will undoubtedly bring you good fortune. I will train him myself. Then, soldiers, bring all the jewels and gold to my chambers. This will unleash the luck in the winds of this land." Next, inform the servants that His Majesty the King and I will henceforth only dine with silver utensils. Harold asks, "Isn't that a bit excessive?" Page 12. The narrator explains that about 70 years ago, the sea was so violent that communication between the islands became nearly impossible. Elbaf's advanced nautical skills drew interest from other nations. We then see King Harold leaning on the rail of a human ship, speaking to its crew. Harold says, "There is a star called the North Star. It never moves in that direction over there." Someone asks, "Harold Sama, is it true you met the fishmen?" Harold replies, "Yes. I finally met the fishmen and the merfolk as well. In their land, a prince named Neptune was born who carries the blood of the sea. Not only the merfolk and fishmen, every sea creature joined the celebration. The entire ocean floor became one great festival." Everyone reacts in shock. The narrator recalls, 63 years ago in Elbaf at Ost Castle. During one of Harold's expeditions, someone says, "Congratulations, felicitations, your star. He was born healthy. His name is Loki." Estrella exclaims, "Ah, my baby, let me see your face." But upon seeing the child, she screams in terror. "What is that? What kind of eyes are those?" The midwives try to calm her. "Your Majesty, please remain calm." Estrella orders, "Tell the king he was stillborn." The midwives protest, "But your Majesty, that's absurd." She decrees, "This child is cursed. He's a monster." Page 14, the narrator comments, "The hands of Elbaf's prince, groping at emptiness, were never held by anyone." Someone begs, "Your Majesty the Queen, please stop." Meanwhile, Loki's cries echo. The narrator continues, "But she who denied his existence." We see Estrella throwing the baby off a cliff into the realm of the dead, saying, "Make no mistake, we did not give birth to this child. Tell no one." A giant asks, "Queen, what do you intend to do?" Estrella replies, "I will return to my homeland. I will bear no more children." We then see a guard say, "Your Majesty." In the underworld, fallen animals lie on the ground as baby Loki climbs the mountain. Pages 15 and 16. Estrella demands, "What are you talking about? What happened in the underworld?" We learn the queen fell ill as she sighs. That child should have been eliminated before he was even born. There was a prophecy. The king will be slain by his own son. A soldier mutters, "You still peddle these ridiculous prophecies?" The narrator concludes, Harold found himself mired in diplomatic quagmires. Harold, head bowed, says, "Once again the world government blocks me. Why can't nations be free to chart their own course?" We see Ida speaking with Ray Rudin, now a bit older. Ida asks, "He's your little brother, isn't he? Wouldn't it be wonderful to meet your little brother?" Ray Rudin replies, "He's not my brother. He's not Mama's son." Ida smiles, "Everything you say is so sweet, Ray Rudin." The narrator closes. All the calamity that now befalls Elbaf is blamed on the cursed Prince Loki. End of chapter. Pause until next week. So that's it. That was the narrated chapter of One Piece 1153. What did you think? Leave your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss any content. We'll have many theory videos about this chapter and the future of One Piece. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Peace.